So it has been a month since I have passed my boards and officially became a licensed New York State pharmacist. So a lot of you have been asking me, what are you doing now? Are you working? Do you have a job? I used to always worry about what people thought of me and would try so hard to live by society's standards. Then I realized that I was created to be different, and regardless of what I did, I would never fit in. So I decided to follow my dreams instead. Join me on this journey as I grow in my faith, go through the ups and downs of pharmacy school, and most importantly, being God's masterpiece. I posted on Instagram asking you all what you wanted to know. And I also have shared on Instagram that I am working. So if you're not following me on Instagram, you probably should, because I post a lot of updates on there before I post them here. It takes a lot to sit down and record a video and do my whole setup. Like, my ring light fell apart and I'm like, it's probably because I haven't opened it up in like so long. So, but here we are, and I'm super excited to finally be sitting down and talking to y'all and telling y'all the update about what I'm doing now since becoming a pharmacist. God has really blown my mind. Y'all know from like the get-go, I was like, you know, I'm not worried about finding a job. I'm not worried about working, because at the end of the day, like, God is in control, and wherever I'm supposed to work, that's where I'll work. So I really had that mindset. You know, of course I was applying to places, and I was just like, God, like, wherever you need me to be, that's where I'll be. So I found out I passed my boards on a Wednesday, I believe it was. No, it was a Thursday. So that Thursday, I reached out to my bosses at my job, and I was like, hey, like, just want to share the good news. I passed my board exams. I'm officially licensed. You know, I would love to continue working here as a pharmacist, like, if there's anything available. I already knew at the time that there wasn't anything full-time available, but I was like, you know, maybe like I could just work per diem or whatever. So I was like, okay, this is like, you know, we could do that. So then I was also applying to other places, and I was like, not that I was steering away from retail, but I kind of was just like, I don't know if I really want to go into retail. But I was like, you know what, there's different sides of retail, and my rotation really showed me that. I worked in a grocery store for my community rotation. So I was like, you know what, that's not like, that wasn't bad. Then, like, you know, one day I get a call, and it was like, hey, I'm the manager for so-and-so. I'd like to interview you for a position. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, we literally had the interview right then and there. I was like, oh my gosh, like, I was like, whoa, this was fast. But it went really well, and she offered me the position right then and there. I was like, whoa. Like, mind you, this was like Friday or like Monday. I don't remember, but it was like a few days like after passing my boards. So I was like, okay. So like, she was just like, I'll send you the offer letter, you can look through it. So what I've been hearing is that a lot of companies are paying new pharmacists like a lot less. So I prayed, and I was like, God, like, I want to get paid between this range, and I will accept no less. And I was just like, I just don't want to be paid less than, you know, what you're worth. I know I'm a new grad, so I kind of was just like, you know, like, even if it's a little less, like, maybe you can take it. So it was funny because like when I had the phone interview, I totally forgot to ask like what the offer was, like, as far as like how much I would be paid. So even if it was like a little less than what I wanted, I was like, you know, I'll take it, because I understand like I'm a new grad, so I can't expect like everyone to just be giving me like, you know, what I want. But then also I was like, it's really important to like, you know, make your voice known and to negotiate. Like, there's nothing wrong with doing that. And oftentimes women get paid less because they don't negotiate. So all this is going through my mind. I'm like, oh my gosh, God, I just want to get paid in this range. So I look at the offer letter, and it was the highest end of my range. I was like, what? I didn't even have to ask, negotiate, like none of that. So I was super thankful. And at this point, I hadn't like talked to my bosses at work yet. So I kind of was like on the fence. However, the position that they were offering me was not full-time. So I was like, you know what, like, let me accept this, because most likely I'll be doing like per diem or part-time like at the hospital. So this could potentially work out. So I accepted the position as a retail pharmacist part-time for a company that's within a store. So I really like it because it's very similar to my community rotation. It gets busy, but it's not as busy as I've seen in like chain stores. So that's the so that's definitely a perk, and I'm definitely grateful because it's like I actually enjoy it. So so that was that. And then I had an interview with my bosses at the hospital, and that was truly the grace of God, because, you know, I wasn't necessarily like expecting like clinical questions, but I was like, oh my gosh. Thankfully, like I had just like, I was fresh out of studying for the NAPLEX, so some of the questions that they asked, I was able to like know the answer to, which I was super thankful for, because wow. And it was so funny because like I had the interview like the day I had a shift to work as an intern. And so before my shift, I always pray and I just ask God to just, you know, cover me and all that. And like, it was so funny because that specific prayer, I was like, God, be my words. I don't know why I prayed that prayer. I didn't really know I was going to have the interview that shift. So I was like, God, just be my words. And I was like, even when I finished praying, I was like, be my words. And then I had that interview, and like, I was spitting out the answers like, and I was like, wow, God, you were my words. And it's just so crazy at how he works and how he just orchestrates everything. Like, y'all, like, I wish I could like tell you all the details, but like, all I can say is like, God has really been like in the middle of it and has just been doing everything. And I'm so, so grateful. So, so they were like, you did a really great job. And so they said like, you'll be hearing from us. So afterwards, it was so funny, like my assistant director, she was just like, you did a really good job. And I was like, thank you. Like, because I didn't, usually I like to prepare before my interview, like, you know, I don't know, like I just like kind of was like, whoa. But all in all, it went well. And I guess it was like, I felt comfortable still, because like these are individuals that I've worked with for a good amount of time. So I did feel comfortable, and I wasn't like too nervous. At first, like my heart was like, but then as the conversation went on and like the interview, like I began to get comfortable, and it was like, okay, like we've been having conversations this whole time. So this is different, but like not as different, I guess you could say. So, like I think like 2 weeks later or so, they let me know that they were just like, you know, you're gonna hear from us. Like, we just gotta figure out some things before, you know, we can give you an official offer letter. And I was like, okay, yeah, sure. So all I can say is that the hospital that I work at is truly, truly amazing. My managers, directors, the boss, they are incredible and really worked hard to get me the position that I have at the hospital. And I'm so thankful. Like, I wish I could go into full detail, but I just can't. But just know that, like, when God fights for you, he fights for his children. Like, he fights for his children. Like, God is like, nope, that is my child. I'm going to anoint them. They deserve to be there. And he will fight to make you there because he knows you need to be there. So wherever God needs you to be, you best believe that regardless of whatever obstacle is in front of you from getting to that point, God is going to get rid of it. He's going to push it out the way, and he is going to put you in that place. Like, y'all, like, I am still just in awe and thinking about it. So I'm still training at the hospital because training takes a little longer because there's so much to know, but it's been so great. I already knew all the pharmacists, so that's been incredible to just learn from them, from like the pharmacist aspect. So pretty much I am a staff pharmacist at the hospital. So I work part of the time there, and then I work part of the time in retail. I don't know how long I'm going to be doing that. Currently right now I work like 52 hours a week. Yeah, I work a lot and it's great. I mean, it's like 6 days a week I work. Sometimes it's like 7 days straight because like I work every other weekend at retail. But honestly, I have no complaints. It's funny because I remember in my student loan debt video, I was talking about, I was like, you know, I'm probably gonna work like 2 jobs, but I did not expect to be working 2 jobs like right out of graduating. But it's just so crazy that literally like a week after passing my board, I already had 2 job offers. And it's funny because I had received another call from another company offering me a job or wanting me in for an interview, and I had to turn it down. I was like, I'm sorry, I already like accepted a position. And so it's just so crazy that like in the climate of pharmacy, everyone talks about saturation, everyone talks about how difficult it is to find a job, and I'm not denying that. Like people come at me in the comments and they're just like, you're lying to people, like people will never get a job. And I'm not saying that saturation does not exist. I promise you, like, I am not saying that. Trust me, I am well aware of saturation. Like, I'm not saying it doesn't exist. However, like, I feel like people aren't listening to me when I make my videos. I believe in God. I believe that when God has a plan for you, that plan will be fulfilled if you allow him to lead and direct you. So no, I'm not saying that saturation doesn't exist. I'm saying that the God that I serve, when he needs you to be somewhere, you will be there. So if you believe in God, then you understand what I mean. And if you don't, then I would love to tell you about the God that I serve, because he seriously will fight for you. So it's crazy to think that in a time of saturation that I was able to get job interview after job interview and get offered. Like, it's just like, it's crazy. And although I'm not working full-time at one job, I'm working more than full-time hours a week, you know? And at the hospital, they pretty much were just like, I knew they didn't have anything full-time available, but, you know, and from working there, I've seen it so many times where someone starts off as per diem and then a full-time job opens up and they go right into it. So, you know, I'm sure there's room for growth. And honestly, like, the experience is something that you cannot get, like, take away. Just graduating and getting into a hospital is like unheard of, because you know, now like residency is a thing, and it's like if you don't have a residency, then a hospital won't even look at you. But this is why it's so important to network. This is why it's so important to have job experience. And do not ever underestimate the power of the Holy Ghost, okay? So that's honestly, you know, it's just still, even talking to you guys now about this, it's just so crazy at how faithful God is and how he's been working in my life. So right now I work as a retail pharmacist, and I also work as a staff pharmacist at a hospital, and I really enjoy it. I work a lot, which is why you don't see that many videos, but I'm truly grateful and I'm truly thankful. God has truly been amazing. He's been truly amazing, and I'm thankful because I know that not everyone has the same testimony. I'm still training at the hospital, so I'm not like fully submerged yet. I mean, I am, but I still like have someone like next to me, like making sure everything I'm doing is right. And in retail, it was kind of just like a couple days of training, and then it was like, okay. But like I said, it's really not bad. I actually like it. So, yeah, so that's pretty much like an update as far as like working. I work long hours. Some of my days are long, like 10-hour days, which is not bad. Like, I thought it was gonna be like really exhausting. I mean, it is, but like it's not as exhausting as I thought. So yeah, I pretty much like wake up pretty early, go to work, come back home, shower, eat, sleep, do it all over again for like 6-7 days straight. So it's really not bad. I feel like this is the time to do that, to work as much as I can. I'm young, I have the energy and the time. And I really want to pay off my loans. Like, honestly, I'll make a separate video talking about money and stuff, but I've been trying to pay off like debt aggressively. So like as soon as I get paid, I literally I just want to pay off my credit card debt, because I did have some accumulated credit card debt that I wanted to pay off first before I started tackling my student loans, and also to try to like increase my score a little bit to get a better rate. But the rate that I got as far as refinancing has been pretty good, so I think I might just stick with that. But yeah, I've just been aggressively paying off my credit cards, and I've paid off one already, and I think in about like a week or two I'll pay off my last one, and then all of that will go to my student loans. So far, it's been great. I'm truly thankful, and I'm super thankful for all of you. You guys have been asking me like, are you working? Where are you working? So I actually get the best of both worlds by working in both community and in hospital. That's what the case is for now. I don't know if it's gonna change. I don't know if the hours are gonna work. I really don't know, but I'm just trusting God. God has brought me literally this far, and I know that He won't leave me. So yeah, that's the update, y'all. I'm super thankful and grateful. God has been amazing, and I can't attribute this success to anything other than Him. So yeah, so that's the update. That's where I work. A lot of you have been asking for a day in the life, and I so badly would love to do one, but especially like with the nature of the job, and like patients' health information could potentially be exposed. Like, I just do not want to risk my job, my license, my career, by bringing a camera into my work setting. So honestly, I don't even know if I could do a day in the life, because it literally just be me like getting ready in the morning and then like coming back and telling y'all what I did. And I feel like I could just sit down and do a video and walk you through my day instead. So yeah, I could try to probably be creative, but ultimately like I'm in a facility the whole day, so I don't know how that could be possible. So I'm sorry. But yeah, I got a lot of can you do a day in the life video. I think I'll just like kind of walk you through my day, but I don't know if I can actually bring my camera into my workplace, because all I see is patient information all day, so I can't show you that. So yeah, that's pretty much the update for this video. I know it's been a while since I've shared a video, but like I said, I work 7 days a week, so y'all. So y'all already know the deal. You can comment below, or you can email me at behismasterpiece@gmail.com. Go out, be kind, be caring, be loving, and as always, be his masterpiece. Bye, y'all.